Alright, good morning everyone. Is it not always? People are feeding me false information. Anyway, good morning everyone. I am in a bit of a hurry this morning. I set my alarm, assuming that I would be working at a normal time, because yesterday when I looked at the schedule I was working at a normal time. But then I looked at the schedule this morning and they moved me up an hour. So I have to be at work at 4:15 instead of 5:15. Very, very happy about that. So thrilled. Huh? Oh man, I need to turn my brain on. Like, jumped straight into that letter, and it just... no part of what I was reading processed. And also, oh my god, why does Google Drive suck so much right now? It just will not open any of my things. I clicked on this file like 10 times, and it's just... oh my god. Yeah, I'm getting rid of Google Drive. I was talking about that yesterday. I'm done. I'm done with this shit. This is awful. Okay, we do already have that. That's our amber. We do know that. Yes. Okay. Ammonite. We did that yesterday. And egg. Did we not do egg? We did do egg. So all dupes today. Great start. Happy Home Academy. Okay, so those are all dupes. That's the same as yesterday. Yeah, so we're just gonna do our dailies pretty quickly here. I've already made part of my coffee. Just waiting for it to brew a little bit. Basically just doing that, and then as soon as I'm done with my coffee, I'm gonna finish up and head to work. Sorry. Strobe. Oh, hey, we have an axe. We can do our... we can set up our town for perfect things now. That is definitely not something we have time for today. Oh. Wait, what? What do you call this? Sheets... Tea room. Okay, I read Shitsu, and I was like, that's not a word, but Shitsu, yeah. Tea room, yeah, okay. Do we have stationery? I also forgot to sell my pencils. Oh my god. So tired. I went to bed early last night. Let's see what our exotic paper looks like. Insane. Yeah, alright, sure. Oh, we do have some things to donate. Forgot about the bugs from yesterday. Or bug and fish. Okay, I'm gonna go pour my coffee. I think it went off. It should have gone off by now. I'll be back in one moment. Alright, got the coffee poured. Should be cooling down a little bit. Should still have time to drink it. Mostly. I may have to put one in the fridge for later. But I'm trying to not drink soda as much right now. So I've been drinking a lot of it to get through these closes. But I took a couple months off of my training. I was doing really good for the first couple months this year, and I kept some parts of it. Like I kept doing some of my finger strength training, and I kept doing some of my, well, lots of walking. The walking never went away. Getting my daily walk in, steps, and now biking. I fixed my bike, and it's warmer outside. And I never, like, I stopped losing weight, but I wasn't really gaining weight. I took about 2 months off, and I think I only gained back, like, a pound from where I was overall. Maybe two, which for the amount of time that I was not tracking calories or anything is pretty good. So pretty happy with that. But I'm still not to my target weight or my target strength yet. And both of those are related. Because I'm a climber. And the less you weigh, the less you have to pull. So I set out at the beginning of the year to get to a particular weight and then also particular strength for climbing Wow. That's a brutal fossil to try to find. Never seeing that unless I walked on that specific screen transition. But I did about 2 months of really hard, not really hard, I won't say really hard, reasonable dieting. And got about 2/3 of the way to my overall goal. And then I was like, okay, I need to take a break and do my work. Easy. I don't think it's a villager I've ever seen before. Interesting. But anyway, I took a break to kind of settle in and make sure that my new normal was going to be like sustainable, and also to kind of just track better. Like, can I eat fairly normally without thinking too hard about it and still be okay? Or am I gonna need to keep tracking this very closely forever if I want to maintain this? And it seems like my natural eating and exercise is enough to kind of maintain my normal body weight. I don't need to worry too much about that, which is good. So now I'm gonna go back to training more rigorously. So I have that spreadsheet back open, and I'm gonna start tracking my diet and things again. But I was going through some pictures looking for something last night, and I found a picture of me from the beginning of the year. I had to take a nice little, I had to take a picture to get my Tanuki passport. And I looked at it and I was like, oh my god, was I really that, my face really that pudgy 4 months ago? And I like went into the bathroom and I looked in the mirror and I was like, wow, that's so noticeable. I didn't realize. Yeah, it's probably about time. Because the goal is to get into this target fitness before we go to Japan, which is later in the year. So I took a trip a couple years ago to Utah and was really frustrated by the lack of ability I had for hiking and climbing and doing the stuff that I actually wanted to do there. And so I really do not want that to be the case in Japan. Sarigani. I don't remember catching this. Like, I literally do not remember catching this. Sarigani. It's pond. Sarigani. But I really don't want to go to try to... Because I want to do some hiking and go to some climbing gyms and maybe do some outdoor stuff. It's like, do I want to... Where's my Denden Mushi? Ame. I already marked that one. I only read like half of that, I'll be honest. But I really want to be able to do those things and enjoy myself with them while we're in Japan. So I will be focusing on that again. Here. And since it is nice, I can start going to the gym again. Biking to the gym, specifically. It's a little bit too far to walk. It's about 4 miles round trip, which is... like, you could walk that, and I do walk that distance in my Pokemon Go and my daily walking type stuff, but it's just a little bit too far to do that and then climb for 2 hours and then have to do that back. God, can I aim correctly? Thank you. I'm a little worried about the chalk, though. My allergies have been really bad, and chalk is something... Chalk and dust are both things that can trigger my allergies. And when my allergies are already triggered by stuff, they get more triggered by other things. More easily triggered by other things. So I'm gonna have to be a little careful with what I do. May need to wear a mask, which sucks. I don't like... I mean, I will wear masks if I have to. I have been at work, mostly. But I don't think anyone particularly likes wearing masks. Like, it's not an enjoyable activity. It's just a thing that you have to do sometimes. And especially when I'm washing dishes, I take my mask off because I just can't. Usually that's late enough anyway, though. I'll wear masks during rush, and there's like a billion people in the store, but then by the time we get to, you know, 10 or 11 at night, it's gonna be the same 3 people. Maybe just 1 person that I see for the rest of the night. I need to buy any Vincent. Vincent. Haniwa? Yep. Inam? Oh, yeah. Spend our fossils real quick. Let's see what the temperature of our coffee is. Man, that's not very good coffee. I don't think I brewed it long enough. It was over there for like 6 or 7 minutes, though. Because it was... I brew it for 4, and then it sits on wait for a while, usually. I think it was on 4 or 5 by the time I got over there, so that should be sufficiently brewed. Oh. Oh. But yeah, I definitely need caffeine before work today. We planted one of you. I guess I could go sell the Haniwa. I don't know, that just... something tastes off about this coffee. Maybe just that I'm trying to drink it too fast. I don't know. Wow. Without even, like, really playing the game, we're already halfway to our next house. Just from our daily rocks and fossils. But, like, we haven't gone out of our way to farm fish or anything. Huh. We did that one inventory of sea fish yesterday. I was trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to do in-game today, but I think that's all. I think I'm just gonna sit here and listen to the town music for a little bit while I finish my coffee. I guess I can check. I'm like 99% certain that if I check this schedule, we'll say 5:15. This night. No? Maybe not. Oh well. But I shouldn't crash out too much. I shouldn't crash out too much. It's a short shift tonight, and then I have the next few days off, which is rare. It's been a while since I've had, like, a normal-looking week of work. It's been, like, at least a month. So, get a little bit of time to relax this week and kind of recuperate. Am I actually going to use that time to recuperate? Remains to be seen. But I've been trying to finish off more stuff that's in my backlog recently. I watched a video about limiting, like intentionally limiting the things that you're working on at the same time in order to make it easier for your brain to choose particular things. Which is stuff that I've looked at research for before. Especially with food selection. Because, like, the gist of it is that you, as a conscious being, are not actually as in control of the decisions that you make as you think that you are. And then a lot of the times when you think you're making a decision, the actual action has already been decided before your conscious brain, like, decides it. And so what you want to do is, if you want to make a decision the right way, for you more times correctly. You need to lower the barrier to that decision being made. So instead of being like, oh, I'll go home and cook. So if you're deciding between like eating at home and, uh, getting fast food on the way home, instead of being like, oh, I can go home and cook, you can be like, because that's a lot of work. You go home, that's a decision that is pitting zero work now versus work later. But if you want to eat at home instead, you can make food before you go to work. So it's not, I will make food at home, it's there is food at home. Which sometimes still isn't enough to work for me, but it's a bit higher success rate. Being like, oh no, I already have rice waiting for me in the rice cooker at home. I can make food. It's fine. And so the idea is that for finishing things, you limit your shelf basically. Because you come home from a long day of work and you look at a big shelf with like 1,000 things on it, you're like, man, I don't know what I want to read. I don't know what I want to play, and so you just sit there scrolling the library itself instead of playing the thing that you actually want to play because you don't have enough energy to make a decision on it. And so spending some time beforehand to pick out a variety of different things for different energy levels and different levels of focus um, makes it easier to make that decision so that when you get home, you can just grab a thing that you have already decided that you were going to start playing when you were in this state and start playing it. So I picked out some books and manga and games. This is one of them. Animal Crossing is my chill daily game. But it has a little bit of a different investment because, there is friction involved in setting up a stream, and I do want to play this game on stream. But I do really want to work on my backlog of stuff this year. In the learning community that I'm in, we refer to this as the tsundoku, which is the habit of buying books and not reading them. It's basically, it comes from there's a Japanese book tracking site called Bookmeter? Yeah, Bookmeter. I was like, not Bookwalker. Bookwalker's the selling site. But Bookmeter is also owned by Kadokawa, so they link to each other. And if you go on here, it's like, here's the books that you've read, here's the books that you're currently reading, and here's the books that are in your backlog. And they use Tsundokuhon for that. And so the learning community has adopted that as, here's all the things that we got on sale. Because they were, 50 yen for a volume of a book. But then we forget about them and they rot back there. And especially for physical books, that takes up a lot of space. And so this year, one of my forum friends set up a challenge to read books from your Tsundoku. And I've been trying to do that, but not succeeding very well, because I just haven't been reading a lot of physical stuff lately. Been reading a lot of manga and visual novels, but digitally, obviously for visual novels. I do have some physical visual novels that I would like to play. There are 2 PS2 Aria games. I beat one of them 2 years ago. But I didn't get the true ending because you have to do an entire new playthrough to get the true ending, and I didn't want to do that at the time. So I may revisit that one, do another route, and get the true ending. But I like Akari, man. Like, I like all of the characters, but I don't know if I want to play, like, a 10-hour visual novel that splits off pretty early with any of the other characters. When Akari is, like, one of my favorite characters in all of anime and manga. But then there's a second visual novel that I think is more linear. I don't know. Like, these are not games that have guides published anywhere on the internet. No one's playing these. I did find a player guide, like a scan of a real physical player guidebook, and that's how I found out this game has a true ending. And how to get to it, but you're not going to find these on any, route guide websites that are easily searchable. But I do want to play that. I've been meaning to play it for a long time. It's been in my PS2 forever. I use it as a testing game for TVs and stuff when I get those. But also, I don't actually know if I want to do that over here on this screen, because this screen's pretty small. I'm gonna be honest. I think they're 9-inch PVMs, and they look really nice. I just don't know if that's gonna be big enough for a text-heavy game. I did already swap most of my consoles to S-Video instead of composite. And these can take composite. When I was playing Ocarina of Time earlier, I was using the composite, and it was like fine for that, but I think the text in that is fairly large compared to like a visual novel where you're constantly looking at the bottom of a screen. I don't know, I might try it, but I might need to move some stuff around. I've been planning on kind of reworking a lot of the cabling here anyway, because I got my new GameCube, and I want that to be set up with the other GameCube. I need both of them. So reworking my cables and splitting and setting up a second capture card and stuff for that. But that's definitely not a today thing. Definitely not a today thing. Actually save. But I did read more than I normally would have last night. I read a couple chapters of Love Hina, I read a couple chapters of Squid Girl, and I read 3 articles from the English book I'm reading, which were kind of funny. This is a collected compilation of, or edited compilation of research talking about vocabulary acquisition in second language from 1997. So it's fairly old in terms of research. And I didn't actually realize how old it was. I thought it was more like 2010. But some of the articles in this are talking about a thing that I'm pretty sure has been, like, thoroughly debunked. And I don't think it changes the, like, they're not, like, defending it. They're just, like, talking about it as if it is a thing, which is a major theory in the field still. The psycholinguistic guessing game model. Like, I'm pretty sure pretty much everyone thinks that's wrong now. That's not a model that people are still using, really. Like, if I look this up, Nintendo. Reading is not a psycholinguistic guessing game. That's not how reading works. And this is pretty old. Goodman, this is late 60s. Goodman publishes this paper in APA, or no. Where is this published? Journal of the Reading Specialist. Which is not to say that you don't guess when you read, because you can and do, but that's not the primary process of reading. And I think that's pretty well established at this point, that strong readers don't need to guess words often. They just know more words. So if I remember correctly, the critiques of it are basically that it's backwards. It's kind of just a backwards thing. It's got the process and the result backwards. But it's been interesting reading that, because it's like, I don't know. My goal was to get out of the little research and citation bubble that I found myself in, and this has had me reading stuff that is definitely outside of that bubble and has more threads to follow, which is good. That's the goal. I just haven't been doing a very good job of following up on that goal recently, but I'm reading more, reading good. Read. Alright, that's my coffee basically done, and I still need to get dressed. And I'm probably going to be late for work, but it's 4 o'clock on a Monday. They will be fine. That's going to be it for me today. Sorry for the shorter and more hectic stream, but they changed when I was going to start work. Broke my plans. Alright, I will definitely be back for tomorrow for a more involved stream. But for now, heading to work. Have a great day, everyone.